Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Blackburn Rovers. We are on the 30th of August, which I think is pretty much transfer deadline day for a lot of other leagues around Europe. So I'm going to round up all the transfers at the start of this episode. Also, today, there is the biggest draw that you will ever see, the Carabao Cup third round. That's not the one. Also, the Champions League group stage draw will be drawn in a moment. As I mentioned before, our window is closed, but other teams around Europe can still sign players. Quick rundown of what's gone on. Lucas Bay has finally completed his move to Darmstadt. Frank Stakic has gone to PAOK in Greece, I think. Jason Fitzgerald's gone to Tranmere. Daniel Allwang is going to spend a season on loan at Fulham. Bob Smith and Liam Seal have gone to Grimsby. Alan Pointing has gone to Gloucester. Another one I've just missed out as well, Glenn Penn, he signed for Witten, and as you saw in the last episode, Sam Dunn has completed a move to Malaga. Just the one match in between episodes so far. There will be another couple of matches between now and the match you actually get to see, and it was against Cardiff. In the first half, we were terrible. We were really, really bad. In the second half, we suddenly turned into gear. So in the first half, Rob Rowlands actually missed a penalty for Cardiff. It was a terrible penalty miss as well. Into the second half, Adam Fenton scores a goal for us, making it 1-0. Then, shortly after that, Miguel Jesus misses a penalty as well. That was a terrible penalty also. And then after that, Pascual Soler gets a second of the game. Jesus Velez, the goalkeeper, it's not Jesus, it's Juan Pablo Velez, the goalkeeper, gets himself a 7.8 thanks to the I think he saved Rob Rowland's penalty. Miguel Jesus' penalty was skied. I think that's actually what went on. Getting himself a 7.8, getting himself into Team of the Week. Man of the match was our former player, Clive Todd. So he still came out on the losing side. And that result means the league table looks a little bit like this. We are sat top of the table, but we are 2 games in. So let's not read too much into that, shall we? Carabao Cup third round draw is up first. It's a third round draw. I mean, is this a competition we want to win? I don't know. Sunderland. We've got Sunderland in our first round. So it's away. It's not ideal. It's not the worst draw we can get. Let's do quick draw teams for everyone else. There's no small clubs left in it. AFC Wimbledon are the only team outside of the Premier League or the Championship left in the tournament. So we were never going to get anything really easy. And now it's time for the big one, the Champions League group stage draw. We are not first seeds. Are we second seeds? We did finish second in the league. We're not second seeds. We're not even third seeds. Leicester are third seeds. We are fourth seeds. Really? Along with Sunderland. Sunderland qualified for the Champions League. What is going on? Blackburn, Sunderland, Leicester are 3 of the English sides in the Champions League. Right, I've done the first 2 rounds. So far, Group B is one I definitely want to avoid. Group D also looks like one I want to avoid. Group F is 100% a group I want to avoid as well. I'd like Group G. Krasnodar and Red Bull Leipzig sounds pretty decent to me. Group A isn't too bad either. Benfica and Leverkusen. Group A, still not looking terrible. Shakhtar have gone into it. Group B looks absolutely horrible. Juventus, PSG and Dortmund in Group B. Group D also looks pretty bad. Barcelona, Lyon and Inter Milan. Group F still doesn't look great. Sporting kind of got a bit of a rough deal out of that one with Bayern, Real Madrid and Sporting in that. Leicester have stolen Group H away from us. So, Group A and Group G. Those are the 2 that I want to get. One of those 2. Maybe Group E. Group E still not easy, is it? With AC Milan and Atletico Madrid. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. Group A or G, please. It's not Group A. Holland's AZ Alkmaar into that. Don't be this one. Fenerbahce. That's a horrible group. That is awful. Celtic are drawn with Manchester United. We are drawn with Barcelona, Lyon and Inter Milan. Oh my word. Sunderland go with the other Milan of AC Milan, Atletico Madrid and Club Brugge. FC Copenhagen are in the pretty awful group of Group F. Group G get Red Star from Serbia. And the final one would have been, who was it, Red Bull? Red Bull Leipzig? Red Bull Salzburg, sorry. In with Monaco, Porto and Leicester. I'm going to go forward a couple of days until they sort the fixtures out, and then we're going to find out who we're going to play in this episode. It would be, wouldn't it? We're up against Barcelona, probably the best team in the world, definitely sort of the top 5 best teams in the world. Little old Blackburn, Barcelona. Are we at home? We are at home, so we are taking Barcelona to Ewood Park. You're going to see that after this fade to black, and a quick summary of the Tottenham and Huddersfield games. So, up against Tottenham, something magical happened, and I don't know why or how, but we ended up winning 5-0. Boban Stevkovic opened the scoring on 6 minutes. Thomas Valenta then gets 2 goals on the 19th and 26th minute. Pasquale Soler makes it 4-0 before half-time on 41 minutes. Into the second half, Soler gets his second of the game on 66. A 5-0 victory. We were superb. Tottenham were terrible. And that meant that we went top of the table by 2 clear points at this point. And then against Huddersfield, admittedly, I did have one eye on the Barcelona game, and we might have lost this one 2-0. Danny Loader with a goal on 12 minutes, and right at the end of the game on 19 minutes, I dropped Urukalo for this game because he wasn't particularly match fit, so I thought I'd give him a rest. I gave quite a lot of people rest that I probably shouldn't have done, but it does mean we go into the Barcelona game with potentially a fully fit normal back three. My fullbacks should all be back from injuries as well. I'm hopeful. Barcelona have a player who we recognise, and I don't mean he's one of our players. We've played against him a hell of a lot over the years, and every time we play against him, he's ridiculous. Liberal Goulart, the former Barnsley and Millwall striker, has cropped up again, this time in the Champions League for Barcelona. I don't know whether he plays for them. I mean, I think the last game he was sat on the bench and didn't actually come off of it. But if that type of player doesn't start matches, what the hell do they have that does? The starting lineup for Blackburn versus Barcelona in the Champions League. I actually can't believe that that's real and happening. Juan Pablo Velez in goal, Stevkovic, Urukalo and Gomez Rigo as the back three. Branko Markovic with a cut on his head is going to be the right back today. Ahmed Bassouni is the left back. Klaus Jensen and Alberto Torres are the 2 central midfielders. Adam Fenton will be just behind the strikers of Gustavo Ortuzo and Pasquale Soler, who has now got 5 goals for the season. Ortuzo so far has not got a single goal. So they are playing Liberal Goulart up front. That is not good for us, because he's going to score, because he always bloody does. Now, I'm hoping our defeat against Huddersfield has kind of lit a fire underneath our players to actually put in a performance against Barcelona, because we really shouldn't have lost to Huddersfield. We just didn't actually do anything of any use going forward. Bassouni with the ball to Torres. Fenton gets tackled, and oh my word, it's going to be 1-0 after 3 minutes. Velez makes the save. It's going to be a corner. Corner comes in. It's cleared by Urukalo, but it's coming back in. It's cleared once again, though. Ortuzo gets it, but that'll end the highlight. Sevilla with a throw. Oriel. Sevilla again. Crossed in. Rodrigo's there. It is just over the bar. Garincha with a free kick. Koulibaly in the middle. Barcelona playing it forward to Rodrigo on the left-hand side, who comes inside. Turano cross field ball to Sevilla. Jensen gets in there, can lump it upfield. Pasquale Soler gets the ball. Are we going to counter-attack Barcelona? Soler gets tackled, but Torres gets the ball back. Torres, he's got Bassouni in front of him, does get the ball to him. Stevie Simpson, I was going to say, it's Fenton. Ortuzo has a go. We are 1-0 up against Barcelona. And Gustavo Ortuzo with his first goal of the season for us. And we are beating Barcelona in the Champions League as Blackburn Rovers. Bassouni with a throw. Ortuzo gets it. Crosses in. Soler is there, and Soler has hit the post. It's going to be a goal kick. We could have been 2-0 up. Gomez Rigo to Bassouni. Bassouni to Torres. Torres ball forward. Tries to find Ortuzo. Garincha gets tackled by Ortuzo to Fenton. Fenton's got Soler there. He's going to go it alone. It's saved by Aguilar. It's going to be a corner. Is it Aguilar? Aguilar? Don't know. Corner comes in from Torres. Not a great corner. Torres is going to hopefully get there first. Yes, he does. Gomez Rigo. Fine. That'll end the highlight. Half time. It is Blackburn Rovers 1, Barcelona 0. I guess this is what happens when you take the Spanish giants Barcelona to Lancashire on a rainy Wednesday evening. No substitutions at half-time for us, and it doesn't look like Barcelona have done any either. I just don't want to concede. That's all I need now. A 1-0 victory against Barcelona would be ideal. Markovic with the throw. Rodrigo heads it, but Markovic is going to get the ball back. Lumps it into the area. Koulibaly clears. Markovic once again on the ball. Across to Gomez. Rigo gets tackled, and this is a problem. It's intercepted. Basuni now forward to Sole. Sole, where are you going to go? Across, doesn't find anyone, and Barcelona can now counter. Oriol across to Liberal Goulart. Go through the back of him. Markovic does just that, and Jensen now with the ball. Fenton, Torres dictating the tempo, because that's what he does apparently. Sole gets round his man to Basuni. Weird pass. Basuni to Markovic. Plenty of space to run into. Crosses in. Sole's at the back. Sole's hit the bar once again. It's cleared from Torano. Another highlight straight away. Ortuzzo with the ball running into the area. Crosses in. Garincha clears. Torres controls. Outside the area. Little back heel to Sole. Gets tackled. And now Barcelona potentially can counter. Aguilar has made a terrible decision. We are 2-0 up. Gustavo Ortuzzo with the goal. It was a terrible back pass. And Gustavo Ortuzzo is the one to capitalise on the mistake. So what actually happened is Sole gets the ball. Oriol passes it back to the keeper, I think. Aguilar doesn't quite get there in time, or does get there in time, but Fenton finds Ortuzzo, and Ortuzzo puts it into an open goal. We are 2-0 up against Barcelona. Pitanga with a corner. To the back post. Gomez Rigo can clear it only as far as Sevilla. Sevilla crosses in. Diego Wendell has an effort, and Velez makes the save. I think I should probably look at doing a substitution or two. Sole is going to come off for Valenta, because Valenta, when he comes off the bench, always seems to do something special. I want to bring off Basuni, but I don't really think I've got anyone who can play there. Andrea Damjanov is going to come on as a fullback on the left-hand side. There's just over 15 minutes to play. Barcelona look like they've changed their formation. Ortuzzo gets the ball, gets tackled. Rodrigo now to Oriol, who made the mistake for our second goal. No one's closing him down. Why aren't we doing it? Rodrigo runs inside with a bit of pace. Goulart to Reinaldo Silva, hits it just wide. Still 2-0. Jensen with a free kick. 8 minutes to play. Fenton clears. Jensen gets the ball back. And Klaus Jensen has just scored a screamer against Barcelona. We are 3-0 up. What in the hell is happening here? I think I was right by saying that the Huddersfield game may have lit a fire underneath our players, because what a performance this has turned into against one of the best teams in the world. We are 30 seconds away from the 94 minutes, which is all the time we're going to get in this game. We are going to pick up 3 points against Barcelona in our first Champions League game for countless years. Markovic crosses the ball in. Is it going to be 4? It's not going to be 4. Aguilar collects the ball out of the air. 10 seconds left to play. Come on, referee, blow the whistle. Just blow the whistle. I know we've done it. There's no way they can score 3 goals in the time remaining. We have beaten Barcelona comfortably. We have beaten Barcelona comfortably. Gustavo Ortuzzo hasn't turned up for any games so far this season, and then against the big boys, he suddenly turns up with 2 goals, and Klaus Jensen also scoring an absolute screamer on the 83rd minute. 3 points, top of the group. In a group that has Inter Milan, Lyon and Barcelona, one team stands tall. The team from Lancashire. Blackburn Rovers. Somehow we've managed to win that 3-0, go top of the table. In theory, we've played the hardest game in the group so far. Well, the first time round. The harder one will obviously be at the Nou Camp. Who are we going to have next in the Champions League, and where are we going to have the next episode? Next episode, what I'm going to do is we are going to have the Newcastle game. I've picked Newcastle because it's not a Champions League game. I don't want this to be a save of just Champions League games, so we can have a quick summary of the 4 matches in between. So Southampton, Sunderland in the Carabao Cup, West Ham and Lyon in the Champions League. Then we'll have the Newcastle game, and then maybe we'll have the Inter game as the next episode after that. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2018 with Blackburn Rovers. We are sat 3rd place in the Premier League. We are sat top of our Champions League group thanks to Gustavo Ortuzzo and Klaus Jensen against Barcelona. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.